My name is Olivier Faucadet. In this short presentation, I will propose a definition of the critical point concept. I strongly believe a good definition is a useful definition. Strategists have to perform 3 tasks associated with the critical point. First, they have to identify all critical points associated with a given decision. Later, they have to assess the degree of criticality of a given potential critical point. And finally, they have to control it. To define a critical point, we must take the perspective of a decision maker. For example, we want to know if we should go on with the current strategy or adopt a new strategy. And possibly face 2 very different categories of decision. Some can be called easy and others difficult. To see if we face an easy or a difficult decision, let's build a decision table. We represent the outcome of decisions. Here I have put 3 different decisions. To see if we face an easy or a difficult decision, a good way is to assess its lowest as well as its highest outcome. We can call decision A an easy decision. Its lowest as well as its highest outcomes have the same value and the value is greater than the value of the current strategy. It will certainly be adopted. Let's have a look at the second decision, decision B. Its lowest as well as its highest outcome have the same value, and these values are lower than the value delivered by the current strategy. B is also an easy decision. Outcomes are lower than those of the current decision. It will be rejected. Take a look at the third case, and the highest outcome of this third case are very different. Outcomes are much more rewarding than the current outcome of the old strategy. On the other hand, the lowest outcome are threatening the life of the company. It's a tough strategy. It exhibits both great promises and dramatically low returns that can jeopardize the future of the company. At this stage, there is a very interesting question to ask ourselves. Under which circumstances the company will make a loss if it implements that strategy? And at the same time, we wish to know under which other circumstances it will get the best outcome. And name those circumstances. The favorable circumstances to the decision, for one, and the second, the circumstances unfavorable to the decision. Now we are only one step away from the definition of a critical point. We can perform a screening of the company's environment. It can be defined through several variables, let's say 1, 2, n plus 1 variable. Very valuable analysis is to identify what value those variables takes in the 2 conditions, the unfavorable ones as well as the favorable ones. At the next step, we look at the values for each of the variables. Let's say variable 1. We discover that variable 1 values the same in both types of circumstances. We say it's not a determinant variable. We can compare the profile variable 1 to the profile variable 4. Their profiles are quite different. Now, with variable 4, favorable circumstances, E takes value E, while in the unfavorable circumstances, it takes the value D. Say that E is a necessary condition for the success of the decision. As a conclusion, variable 4 is a critical point to our early decision problem. Now we know that if variable 4 takes value D, adopting the new strategy is not a good decision. On the other hand, if variable 4 takes value E, then adopting the new strategy could be a very good decision. E is a necessary condition. It's not a sufficient condition for success. Now consider variable n. Variable n is also a critical point. Y as a value is a necessary condition for success. It is only a necessary condition, not a sufficient one. Or often more than one critical point associated with a single decision, each of them being a necessary condition and not being sufficient. We have almost reached the end of this presentation. Let's summarize the process. First, we start with a tough decision. Then we wonder, what are the circumstances associated with the highest as well as the lowest outcome? Then we look for the determinant variable. As a conclusion, we end up saying that the critical point is a parameter which value affects the outcome of a decision. It is a necessary condition for a strategic decision success, and it is only one necessary condition because there are often several critical points. Thank you very much for your attention.